Hello, everybody. Whoa, that's really bright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I normally don't do videos like this, but because the Monique situation is pretty much close to home for me, I wanted to do this video today. If you can hear me, please say I. Wonder really bright because of that hallway light. So, whew. Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure you guys can hear me before we start the conversation. Okay, y'all. Can you guys hear me? I know my mic is working now, but I just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me at this time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue then, since I didn't hear anybody or see anybody type anything yet. So what is going on is that Monique currently has a lawsuit set up against Netflix. And so the said lawsuit is about racial discrimination against Netflix, and then also Netflix just in general not paying her what she is owed basically. So what is going on is that um Monique was offered a amount of money for Netflix, one of her series, and when she was offered that, excuse me here, when she was offered this amount of money here, they basically lowballed her regarding it. And so, like now, I am currently going over the lawsuit and what the um, basis on this lawsuit here. The general allegation, well, that's really bright. That's making me brighter. So here we go. The general allegations from the lawsuit here is that um, Monique is known as Monique, Monique, um, an African American actress and a comedian and adult of a resident of state of Georgia. She and through 50 exclusive corporations, association, partnerships, joint venture, or other business entities with who all at times had mission conducted business in the state of California throughout the county of Los Angeles. Certain defendants through their agents or employees made unlawful employment decisions relating to the plaintiff within the county of Los Angeles. Um, that's just the introduction here. I'm just reading through a couple more. Claimant informed it believes and alleges all relevant times each of the defendants was integrated enterprise choice employer of plaintiff was engaged with some of the other defendants joint enterprise for profit. More other relationships was other defendants. Plaintiff performed services for each and every one of the defendants, mutual benefits of all the defendants, and all the defendants control plaintiffs as employers or either directly or indirectly in the manner of which the defendant's business was conducted. That's number 9 of the suit here. I'll just read through a couple more things here. This actually lies properly in this judicial district because the unlawful employment practices complained here occurred within the district. Detailed hearing negotiation for employment occurred in California. Employment services were to provide in California. In California was their unlawful practices alleged hearing occurred. The gender pay gap is real is severe. Um, According to the U.S. Census Bureau, full-time working women earns about 80 cents for every dollar a working man earns. Mad enough that the reality is much worse for Black women. Black women only earn 61 cents on a dollar compared to white males. As a result, today's wage gap, Black women working for 40-year career stands to earn $1 million less than white non-Hispanic man. The pay gap between white women persists for as long as data is available. In 1967, the early years for which data was available, white male. In 2017, 50 years later, the gap has no only by 18 cents. Give me a second here, my Chrome just froze up on me here. So that is real. I'm gonna go ahead to the racial part of this lawsuit. To put number 16 of this, to put in the disparity to even concrete terms, August of 2022, Black Women Equal Pay Day from celebration is named the August 22nd certificate. Individuals, it represents the day on which Black women in other words, Black women will have to work all of 2018 through August of 2019 to earn what white male earned in 2018. Number 16th of the complaint is the pay gap. This is no tangible is consequences. Black women have earned less money to support themselves and families, less money to save and invest in the future, less money to spend on goods and services that is provided to them or to us, basically. Um, in recent years, equity concerns both gender gender and race have blossomed in many industries, entertainment to sports to Wall Street, with the birth of lawsuit shows that pay equality problems still persist deeply in Hollywood in general, including one of Hollywood's most innovative companies, Netflix. Part two of 18 states that Netflix corporate culture, lack of racial diversity, and frequent racial insensitivity at the highest level of the senior leadership. Um, Netflix has maintained, according to the lawsuit, Netflix has maintained a corporate culture reaching the highest levels of senior leadership that has insensitive to Black workers relating to the company's plague by the lack of racial diversity in their senior leadership. As by the rate of illustration and by the rate of limitations set forth below. Number 1419 is that Netflix undeniable lack of internal diversity at the highest level of the corporation. Give me 1 second here. So Netflix CEO is Reed Hasty. He's obviously white. Um, Jessica Neal is the chief talent officer, who is also Caucasian. Rachel Whitestone, chief communication officer, which is also Caucasian. David Hyman, general counsel, is also Caucasian. Greg Peters, chief product officer, is also Caucasian. Spencer Newman, chief financial officer, is also Caucasian. Ted Sarandos, chief content officer, a total of 7 white um, officers who are setting the levels for which African Americans are to make at Netflix. And this is what the basis of Monique's lawsuit is about. Um, the Netflix board of directors has historically mirrored the senior leaderships. The board has also historically lacked racial diversity. Excuse me. Instead of a instead it was white only for years, lacking even one Black members, let alone a Black female. Then in January of 2018, after Monique had already raised questions and concerns, as described below, the company had another opportunity to address the board of the lack of diversity. Instead, it persisted in its ways, appointing another white male, Rudolph Melber, as its newest director, prompted more public outcry at Netflix's double refusal to address the race problem within its upper ranks. So that's the racial part of the lawsuit. What I want to take away from this is that my employer also has a lack of diversity as well, regarding racial discrimination in its higher ups. Not only that, when I raised concerns regarding racial mistreatments at my 1st of November. Here's what happened. The 7th of October, I sent out a letter to the racial discrimination or the integrity line within Century, and the the employer decided to go ahead and start an investigation. As I was doing the investigation, I started to get discriminated against. I also started to get some type of retaliation, starting right away, like not even shortly after I sent out that uh, email to the integrity line. I basically started receiving a lot of hate, a lot of the retaliation against the managers, my coworkers, and so with him, um, Leon, for the sake of this video, Leon and I had conversations regarding the ways that this previous manager of mine, let's call him Michelson for the sake of this video, was treating the African Americans in the office. We would go to him for help. Not only that, we would go for him for basic account information, how to get into the accounts, or even what would be the best practice for this particular account. And then he would give us wrong information. And he would give us wrong information to all the African Americans in the office. Not only that, he would give the correct information to the patients in the office. And yet, we would have to go to another associate who's been there longer than he has been there. And so I get where Monique is coming from regarding the lawsuit against my previous employer is based on racial discrimination, reprisal discrimination, and disability discrimination, all based because of the fact that they had let me go on the basis of my attendance. But if it was really my attendance, half of the people who are still there should have been fired their first year because of their attendance as well. And if it's because of my disability, half of the people there who has cancer or who have survived cancer and still going through treatment should have been there fired as well. And I was not. Good news about this is that I've already got approved from the Minnesota Department of Human Rights to move forward with the case, and they're gonna go ahead and so now it's just like a waiting game. So it's like since then things have to continue and move forward, with a right to sue document from the Department of Human Rights here in St. Paul, and or which I am going to soon once everything gets done. Um, with that being said, I am currently unable to receive unemployment at this time because I am unable to work until after December 9th. I have to go to the ER today, and or not the ER, but to the hospital, the Cancer Care Center in St. Paul, to um, pick up new medication regarding my headaches. I still have headaches all over. I still have facial numbness. My neck on this side still hurts. As I was cleaning, I still felt I still have a lot of other issues going on regarding my brain tumor symptoms. As I was stating before, this is about the lawsuit against Netflix and how I basically relate to Monique and agree with her on all aspects. Monique's story has not changed, it has not faltered. It continued to stay true, and the fact that she continues to speak out on it shows that this is something that's real. It is going on with Netflix. I've already listed all of Netflix higher ups. They are 100% Caucasian as well as the board. And you know what? I to be honest, I'm thinking about not having Netflix on my TV because of this lawsuit, because of their mistreatment of African Americans. We are continuing to get paid less than the white males in the community regarding entertainment and so forth. The second part of the lawsuit is as well as gender based. And Monique pointed out that she is suing Netflix not only based on race but also gender inequality regarding pay. And it's true. I looked it up, and you guys can look it up as well. I can post some of the links I found regarding the lawsuit against Netflix. So if you guys want to go ahead and get some of those information, I will post the lawsuit down below and where to get it. And then I will also post the CBS source as well, where I got the information I got today. Any questions for the two people who are watching? No questions? All right, if you do have questions, don't hesitate to comment down below once this live is posted. I am uploading my Clean With Me video. If you haven't already watched my previous videos, go ahead and watch those as well. Thank you guys for watching the video today. Again, this is about Monique's lawsuits against Netflix and how it's a racial lawsuit, not only racial discrimination, paid discrimination, and gender inequality discrimination as well. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Bye.